boom, bada bang, bitch. Would you look at me again? Period. Back at it again with another video. This one we are about to get in tune with it. This is real raw, not holding anything back. As you see, I'm looking at my other phone, so that means I got my handy dandy notebook, so that I don't forget nothing. Y'all, I'm tired. I have barely been getting any rest. After this, I'm gonna lay down and rest. Y'all can see my eyes, I'm puffy, dark, or whatever. But let's get into the video. So, starting off, the last video y'all saw me in, I was staying in a hotel. So recently, with that, there was an individual who made contact with me, and he was specifically reaching out trying to get my attention because he was interested in me, and it was Kevin Gates. So he would put it through the YouTube shorts, and I would pay attention to it. And at first I was seeing it, but I'm like, he already has a wife, he has somebody, so I'm not applying it because I don't play no shit like that. But then when they started to become more direct, when I would post on my YouTube, the post where you can write, and then it's like I would post on there, and then he would come back and respond. Y'all, let me just say this, right now I'm in the shelter. If y'all hear all this talking, people walking back and forth, that's why. I'm trying to find a quiet area, but it's barely no privacy in this motherfucker. So if y'all hear all of that, that's what's going on. They just walking around talking. I got the best area that I could. But anyways, when it came to a point to where I was posting on my post on my YouTube, and he would respond back and it would be a reply directly to what I said. So then I'm like, if one more thing is posted, then I'm gonna reach out and see like if this is for me or if I'm tripping. And it happened like that. Another thing was posted, so I reached out and I'm like, I could be tripping, but I forgot how I worded it. I was like, I don't know if I'm tripping or not, but it seems like one is speaking to me, but I would never pick that up. It will automatically go over my head because somebody is already there. Somebody's already in that spot. So I will automatically assume that whatever it is that you're speaking to the person that's already there. I wouldn't see it as that you're trying to speak to me or trying to seek my attention. So when I said that, that's when he came back and he was like, yeah. Like, nah, that was for you. I was trying to get your attention. That's who it was directed to. And it went from there. So I was like, okay. So basically I'm trying to see like, why are you interested in me? Why did you try to catch my attention? Like, what is it that you want? And basically he was implying that he wanted a family, a real ass relationship with kids, to be married, shit like that again, but for it to be done the proper way. And I'm all for it. I'm like, okay, cool. But I'm like, as far as, because I've already felt this energy with him, that's why I'm not shocked, to be honest with you. And it's like, to be honest, I am a little shocked because when I think about the universe blessing me with somebody in regards to me receiving a real love, I feel like him, like of all people, is honestly like a joke in my face. Because it's like, you want to tell me about real love with the biggest hoe of all time. Somebody that's notoriously known for being easy. So it's like, okay. But anyways, like I told him, I was like, I already felt this energy back in 2024. But I already said with the previous contract, I wasn't going over, you know what I'm saying? I wasn't about to engage with that until that shit was null and void. And anyways, but then he got married again, so it's like, but anyways, so what I was saying with the first time, I was like, I would have never taken that up. I would have never applied that to me because somebody's already there. So I would be thinking that you talking to that person. But when it was said like, no, I'm speaking to you, it's like, okay, so what do you want? You know what I'm saying? So we go on from there. It got, not only that, let me say this. When y'all begin to notice certain stuff with these People in the limelight: G Herbo, Tiana, BG, Body by Brooke, Ari, Moneybag Yo. Certain celebrities, that's because he's talking to them. So that's why that's like the same thing with the F the streets. They got it wrong. It was supposed to be stay out the streets, but they said F the streets. The only reason why they did that shit is because I literally mentioned to Lil Jeremy and Nino Kelvin to leave the streets alone and to focus on your passion and run that shit up. Kevin been stalking me so much, man, and he admitted that shit himself. He runs back everything. That's why he's interested in me, because he feels as though I talk good shit. So everything that I'm saying, he goes back and run back to his clique to try to get them in alignment or whatever the case may be, to be on this path. But it feels like they all just bullshit and just trying to pester a person, especially with G Herbo and Tiana with this engagement, because I feel like that shit's so fake. Like, I don't know, I feel like with all of them and how they've been operating, it's like, okay, now all of a sudden y'all want to be all for family, making sure y'all teaching y'all children and getting them right and checking your energy and healing. You should have been doing that fucking shit. Ain't nobody should have to come and be direct and blunt about y'all bullshit that y'all thought was so fucking cute, and then you criticize that person. Now you're getting your fucking ass right. Nobody should have to come and tell y'all that shit for y'all to do what the fuck is necessary to do, because before that it was all money, 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 and glorifying toxic shit. Now you want to be on a path of alignment. Y'all know exactly who the fuck to play with. That's why I don't put them on no pedestal, baby. You're not better than me. I don't care X, Y, Z, who the fuck is. Use a regular to me. That's why I address them and talk to them direct, because use human. Give a fuck about that title shit. That's y'all do that with them. How I see it, baby, I'm on another caliber than y'all, because y'all look up to me and follow the ways that's being spoken. He runs back and goes and talks to them, and that's how they get that information. But anyways, with all of these engagements coming up, I just feel like that shit fake as fuck, and it's just like an energy of trying to make a joke out of something that's supposed to be real and sincere. So then his method of how he was communicating to me was the same as, when I say Mr. Kathy, I'm talking about Key Glock. I had an interaction with him as well, and I'll get into that, but with him, the way Glock was interacting with me, he would interact with me. It started off with us on Twitter, and then when I would get mad at him and I wouldn't be on Twitter, he knew my YouTube, so he would go to his YouTube, because I followed him on YouTube, and he would post certain stuff in his shorts to get my attention. That's how Kevin learned that shit and started doing the same thing. But see, the thing with me with that is Glock abused that shit too much for me, because he dangled the carrot in my face. He pushed me away. It was false promises being sold. He was playing the game with me as if he was manipulating me, basically. So that's why I don't like that. And I explained that to Kevin, and I specifically said, find your own way. I understand that by you paying attention to him doing that, that's how you learn to get my attention, because that's how he got my attention. So I understand that's how you learn to get my attention. But it's like, all right, come on now, find your own way, because I hate that shit. He kept doing it and kept doing it and kept doing it and kept doing it. Now I feel like you're saying, fuck me, you pestering me, and you're stepping on my boundaries. You already know I don't take that shit lightly at all. So I went on him, and wait, hold up, I'm missing something. Hold up. So then, how we get to the airport situation, and one day something was going on with me, and I just wanted some comfort. And he said something about, don't worry about people, just fuck them, yada yada yada. And I'm like, man, words is always cool. Reassurance is always cool. And I was like, I was reassured for sure. But in moments like this, I need something a little bit more than words and reassurance. I want to go to the park, I want to smoke, I want to chill, I want to talk to somebody, I want to be able to release and just, hug, cuddle up. I love that shit. So it's like, I can't do that with words. And he was like, where you at? That's when the airport situation came about, because I'm thinking about what is a good location where it's like easy access. You come at the right time, it'll be discreet, no attention, not too many people free, so it's like I always be able to be in contact with you. If you don't show up, I could go out. I'm already there. So I'm just thinking of like all of this, and I'm like, I feel like that would be a good area. So that's why I went, and I told him I was at the airport, and he was like, okay, and he was like, I'm coming. So I'm like, okay, cool. That's how I got at that motherfucker. That took place Saturday. Every time I talk, something come through with some distraction. They don't want me to get this message out here because it's like everything is trying to overpower my fucking conversation. But anyways, that took place on Saturday, December 27th. I got there, cool. I think I want to say December 29th. At that point, I was like, nah, I'm not about to keep doing this. So that's when I had left. That day, I was doing whatever I was doing. And then when I had got with one of my friends to give me a ride to where I was going, he was just like, no. And literally turned around and dropped me off at the airport. And he was like, I feel more comfortable with you being here. And I was like, and I low-key knew that was going to happen because I just felt it. I felt it in me that I was going back there. And I just was like, man, I don't want to go back there. But I could just feel it. I could literally just feel it. So he brought me there. That was the 30th. So I'm like, that's when I tweeted what I tweeted. And I was like, man, for me to get brought back here when I was trying to do something else, I was pissed off. And then that's when he was like, oh, my prayers have been answered. God is saving my union, my family, or whatever the case may be. And he was like, I'm so thankful. I'm so happy. And I'm like, I'm not. Because first of all, you fail to realize this is holding me up. I'm set to go out the country. That's my plans because I orchestrate my life. But I still need things to do to be able to take care of that. The fact that the matter that I'm allowing you this, you're putting it on pause. So you need to, if you showing some type of interest that you claim to really like me, bitch, you need to give something because you already taken from my energy. You've been watching me for a little minute and spreading a little information to your little minions. That you already pulling from my energy. You're pulling from my time because you got me here because you said you was coming. Now you're beginning to pull from my finances because there's certain shit that I need to do concerning preparing me to go out the country. But since I'm sitting here, I'm spending Ubers, getting food, different shit like that. So now you're pulling from my finances. You need to begin to up something to show, okay, I know that I have you on my type of time because I want you, and let me appease something to make it easy for you, okay? Let me do something to, I'm serious, like, let me, just wait for me, I'm gonna do this for you, just wait for me, I'm for real, you know what I'm saying? Like, you ain't do no shit like that. So it's like, man, get the fuck out of my face. And that's exactly why he went on live talking about if your woman needs such and such, it shouldn't be nothing for you to Zella, it shouldn't be nothing for you to do such and such, because I just said that shit to his ass. So then we move on to, I just touched like 3 topics in one thing. So the next thing just to touch on was about the boundaries and how I kept saying about the communication and different things like that, and how I felt like that just was not being, I felt like it was being understood, but I felt like it just wasn't being respected. And that's why I felt like the pestering came in, because it's like, bro, I'm literally telling you how I'm feeling about this because I literally just came up out of this. And the reason why I'm feeling like this, and I'm communicating with that to you, making sure you know why, not just me getting mad and attitude and yada yada yada. No, I'm letting you know. So it's like, why do you still keep doing that? It's like you literally are saying, nah, fuck you. You're like, man, watch out. So because of all of that, because I felt like the pestering, the watching, you telling your little minions, and I feel like everybody making a joke out of it, then you got me sitting up here at this airport waiting on your ass because you said you was coming and you never showed up. Then you on Insta acting one way with this girl, then you come on YouTube trying to act another way with me. It's like, come on, man, that shit is so phony. So, me personally, because I feel like I do not take my boundaries being disrespected, and I don't take a motherfucker trying to bully me lightly at all, because it's like I done already been through that. That's what my journey was in the first place. So it's like, I'm not about to be quiet. I'm not about to let you walk all over me. I'm not about to let you pester me. I'm not about to let you try to throw your weight around. I do not duck no smoke. Like David faces Goliath, I face my enemies. I face my opponents. Like I said, I can always learn a new skill when I'm facing my enemies. So I'm gonna do that shit. And that's exactly what I did. So I went on him and what that girl name is, Jelenny. I don't know. And it's crazy because I never paid attention to them until he was trying to get my attention. When they be on live and I'm like, bro, y'all so boring. You only went and did something with the LSU thing. After that shit, y'all be in the house on live every fucking day, every fucking time. That shit is boring. Ain't like, what? That ain't no relationship, baby. But anyways, I never paid attention to them until he was trying to get my attention. So you want my attention, you pestering me, you bullying me, you disrespecting my boundaries. And that's another thing that I feel like they fail to realize. When it comes to him and Glock, I fucking hate them. When it gets to a point where things are not working out, obviously, and we know that it's time to move on, go our separate ways. I'm gonna do that shit. But like I said, it's always the fact where in this case with those two, you pester, you follow, you watch, you stalk. If I do not put you on block, if I don't, and with Kevin, if I put him on block, if I still call his name out, he's still right there. Like, he don't give a fuck. But Glock, he'll chill out because I guess he feel like, okay, I done probably pissed off enough, let me chill out, and then he come right back with the same thing. But it's like, bro, if you had no mercy for how you were treating me and my boundaries, why would you think that I would have any care or consideration for you? No, I absolutely hate you motherfuckers. Like, y'all have turned that shit upside down and around for me. So it's like, I do not want to consider nothing about y'all. It's like, y'all have such an energy that every time it just disgusts me about y'all. And it just gives me such trifling energy when it comes to y'all. So it's like, I feel like Kevin doesn't understand that. He thinks this shit is a joke. I feel like Glock understands that though. Because it's like, you literally did the fucking most. And I think with him, let's see, because I put that in here. I'll put that in there. I'm gonna get to it. But anyways, I went on him and Jelenny page, tore that bitch up, and I posted on every single one of her posts, added them in there, and I posted on his page. I think I did probably about like 4 posts, but then one of his posts I put like a bunch of them and added him and Jelenny in there. Do you know this man gonna say stop before you get put on the shade room? Not stop so I can correct the situation, so I can bring clarity, but stop because you're gonna get put on the shade room. So you like that messy shit, and that's what you give into. I can't get into no shit like that. Like, that's that trifling energy, bro. And it's like, it just makes sense of making it easier for me to hate you as it goes, because it's like, you already did the fucking most. And if you call yourself a man that then orchestrated this whole plan just to get somebody's attention, that shit whack as fuck. Because it's like, what is all of this extra shit for? How do you feel like, what is all of this extra shit for? Let me just leave it at that. So then, moving on to Glock, it's like, man, the way he acted, it's like, Key, is that you? And I think the reason why, because I just literally have no words, because I think I was just shocked that he acted like that. Because one, like I said, he acts so nonchalant in the first place. So it's like, if you act so fucking nonchalant, why are you still following behind when we have gone our separate ways? When I block you, you come all the way to find me to where I'm at to make sure you can get my attention, and you still trying to get my attention. But yet you act so nonchalant. Like that, I don't understand that mind playing the mind games and all of that shit. Ain't nobody got time for that, bro. Either you gonna keep it real or you gonna go about your business. And they have not gone about their business. They still continue to pester, and that's what the shit I don't like. That's why I fucking hate them. And it's like with Glock, I have never been so disappointed by an individual in my life because I think I just had held him in such a high view because like he really is cool as hell. He just has a problem with his emotions. That's literally it, and that causes him to get in his ego, and then from there that motherfucker is a menace. So it's like, bro, y'all have a way of portraying yourselves in such an energy where it's such a turn off. And then it's like people are no longer, well, I can't say people because people around them, they still interested. But me, I'm no longer interested in that type of energy because it feels very yucky. So it's like, I don't want that shit to make me impure. You know what I'm saying? I don't want that yucky energy rubbing above me. That's why I feel like I guess I get so disgusted by them and their energy because it's just like I said, it's like, is this you? Like, this really how you act and you're really okay with that shit? And it's like, bro, no, that's not it. That's not cool. That's not chill. And the fact of the matter that anybody who thinks that pestering someone is a part of infatuation, showing someone that you like them, trying to show interest, something, or I can't say something is wrong with your mental, it's basically your experience of how you receive love because of what you are raised to believe what love is. And that's why I say all the time, that's why I stress that shit about it starts in the household. Y'all parents won't be out here and be controlling and be enforcing the wrong fucking principles in y'all household and wonder why your children come up out here looking so fucked up. Y'all don't even know how to encourage real love, heal, talk, communicate, trust. No, y'all be worried about the stupid ass shit. You won't be seen. Money. I got this, I got that. Like, no, that shit comes. Handle your priorities first. But anyways, I feel like, and another reason I think why with him I was so shocked because it's like, man, you did so much and you overdid it so much to a point to where I literally hate you now. And I don't like that feeling concerning him because I felt like we could have still been cool because he's so fucking cool. Like, I really had fun with him, but it's like, man, once them tables turn with your emotions and you're very emotionally immature, I can't do that. It's like, nah, I need somebody that's emotionally mature. Communicate, not be playing these games, not that hot and cold, not the mind games, not the manipulating. No. You ain't got time for that. So I think that's another reason why I was like heavily disappointed because it was like, man, you did all of that and we really could have still been cool, but you really brought it to a point where it's like, man, I fucking hate you. Like, straight the fuck up. So that was another reason why. And then it was like, give me a moment, I'm doing my video now right now. I can't be interrupted right now. And then the next thing was with these two, it was like, man, I kept trying to respect their privacy and just their life in general, and then respect my life in general. We're not addressing who they were because I knew it would bring a lot of attention. So I always try to either just use like their government last name because I know people don't know that shit, or I try to just throw like a nickname out there to throw people off. But it's like, man, that's why I just said their names now because it's like, I give a fuck. It's like, if y'all gonna keep pestering me and keep doing it, is y'all showing y'all don't give a fuck. So it's like, why would I take any consideration about y'all? It is what it is. Like I said, y'all have already did the most and drawn me to a point to where I like hate y'all. So it's like, it's no consideration because there was no consideration for me, or else that shit would have been stopped. So then, with that example, I was like, man, I have so much more respect for Marshawn, and I apologize for calling him a bitch, because when the situation between me and him happened, he just allowed me to we just went our separate ways. He didn't pester me. He allowed me to go. He allowed himself to go, and we allowed ourselves to have peace. These two motherfuckers over here pestering and antagonizing and antagonizing. It's like, bro, I've already immediately been shown the difference between a man and boys. So it's like, bro, I'm over that shit. Like, I really thank that man for not doing the same thing that them two were doing. You know what I'm saying? So then we move on into the journey with family. So one of the main things that I felt like what the reason why it was so much of toxic relationships is because of family planning in the background. You already have majority of the individuals within the family dynamic who have endured, especially Dion, and I know that's the main one who this is coming from. She went through so much with men, she turned gay. So it's like you got your heart broken so much and you endure so much toxicity that you refuse to heal, that you believe that loving your own kind will bring forth healing. And you still endure toxicity with that, and now you're alone and by yourself. You already are envious of your own child. You're fucked over my car, fucked over the living arrangement, consistently was trying to fuck over my finances. You fuck over my style. You do everything just fucking like me. You're trying to fuck over me with the weed, with between me and Denise, trying to put us together. You trying to say, oh, it's cool, you can smoke, but then gonna go up to her and draw a whole nother story. And then when I talk to her, I'm like, that's not even that. So now me and her gotta clarify that shit. So of course I'm not surprised that you would fuck over me when it comes to relationships, because where you are still struggling and still stuck, like still living with Denise and you're still living with James, and I'm 27. So you and Leon are 46, I believe. Yeah. Y'all are 46. So I already know how you feel with still living in, under their roof at that age. And the fact of the matter that I'm 27 and I'm willing to be able to come out here and not be afraid to get it on my own. I'm not afraid to come in a shelter. This ain't my downfall, baby. Like I tell people all the time, my circumstances don't make me, my character does. That's why I'm able to always shift my circumstances and make the best for me. You have not done that shit for your own self. So the fact that your child is outshining you at your big age of 46 and my age of 27, that shit chokes you up greatly and makes you very envious. So you scheme, you plot, you plan, you lie, you gossip to do anything to try to stop from making this person seem victorious, just so they don't seem like they shitting on you. And it wouldn't be that if your perspective wasn't fucked up. Because if you was really loving your child how you claim, you would grow from what it is that you're trying to stop them from stepping into, and you would step up and level up too. So therefore the shine that you're trying to take and jack from them, that shit would already be on you. If your child was really there for you and you knew how we was rocking, why the fuck would I hold that shit back from you? That's when you know you're dealing with a greedy, envious person who just wants it all for themselves. They don't want you to have nothing. It needs to come all from them so they can look like the big dog, the top one. How insecure are you? The tactic of making me endure these situations with these toxic men to make it feel like, oh, everybody toxic, oh, I'll never receive love, oh, I'm not good enough for love. And it's always the energy I notice with these attacks, whether it's the relationship, whether it's living arrangements, whether it's my journey, because with the spirituality, my confidence, that's the main one that be the attack. It's always an energy of trying to get me put in not feeling good enough, not feeling worthy enough, not feeling like I deserve what I actually do deserve, because I know what I put in the work for. I just said earlier, people cannot get me to feel how they want me. People cannot get me to feel how they want about me or my life when I'm the conductor of myself. That's not about to work because I take time with myself, I get to know myself, and I guide my fucking life. So I will never pick up another person's emotions, how they want me to feel about myself. No. Take that shit upon yourself and you work that shit out. Cause I'm solid over here with me. Sorry that you not. Straight the fuck up. So moving on into the next one. Oh, not moving on. The energy is always trying to get me back into that energy of feeling like not good enough. And I already know whose energy that is. That's mainly Dion because of her circumstances that she's endured. You're 47. You just got hired on at the post office, and only because they now hire felons. They changed the law. They're not looking for that shit no more. So that's the only reason why you got hired on at the post office. Before that, you was penny pinching with the jobs doing Ubers and DoorDashes. You already felt some type of way about that because you kept saying, oh, I want to give it towards my passions and my dreams, which was fashion. The fact of the matter that you want to stop me with mine is because how you wasn't really putting in that much effort towards your passions and your dreams. It was mostly talk. I'm handling my shit with mine. It ain't mostly talk. I'm doing it. And still having a job outside of this as well. That's why you're envious of that area. Second of all, as far as the looks, even now I'm chilling, but I'm still beautiful as fuck. And don't let the pictures and the videos fool you because when you see me in person, it's off rip. She already has a self-conscious image about her, especially about her face, because she has a lot of acne. Not only that, I lost a lot of weight and I got myself together. I got my body in shape where she is disproportionate. You probably feel some type of way about that as well. Like I said, 47 and you still living with James and Denise, whereas I'm 27 and I'm ready to get this on my own. I don't mind leaving the house, coming staying in the shelter to learn how to navigate life so that I can be independent. That's another thing she's envious of as well. And then, like I said it before, with the relationships, she endured so much toxic shit with men that she became gay from that. So therefore, you would not like to see your child have a loving and prosperous relationship with the man because that did not happen for you. So you do not want that to happen for them. And this is all unhealed trauma. If a person was to heal from everything that hurt and broke them, they would not be sitting up in this funky ass energy trying to stop those who are enjoying life and are happy. They would not be trying to put them in fucked up situations. They would not be sitting there spreading lies and gossip on this person, trying to get everybody to bandwagon, enjoying a hate campaign about this person. And for the ones who did, you know you're stupid because how you don't go and find out shit for your own fucking self that easily